So just a few words of introduction. You might have seen the press release that we launched yesterday. So just to explain the timing of how things are going to unfold, we have the press release. We have the press release that was launched now, so we can still take advantage of July, you know, before we lose people for vacation. But the release itself will be available for download at the end of the month. So we are doing a mostly, you know, marketing and a public launch. You can definitely update your customers. The website is updated. So we're all ready, but so you know, the customer who wants the release, it will be available for download only in 2 weeks. So I wanted to make, you know, make it clear. Now, if you saw the press release, we have announced the features, the Magic XPA 2.5, with all the new features, mostly mobile, together with an initiative from Yuval's team, the PS team here in HQ, to create a framework, and we'll explain the whole, actually the presentation is mostly about the framework, which should be a very valuable add-on on top of the product, the technology, to help our developers, but also new customers to more easily access the different features and develop their application more easily. So we will start with Yuval. Yep. Yuval will share about the framework. And we will leave, I put everyone on mute because otherwise we have a very bad echo. So feel free to throw us some chats with questions or problems if you don't hear. And of course we'll leave a bit of time at the end for more discussion.
Yeah, we are recording the
Yes, we are
session.
recording, yeah.
Okay. So let's see, we're sharing my screen. Is my screen shared?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
yeah.
We see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So let's just log out. Okay, guys. What I'll try to do this afternoon or this morning for you guys back there is go in simulation a little bit over the new feature of 2.5 related to the mobile and our mobile accelerator framework, which is a set of, you can call it component, technically widgets, utilities that are playing together with one another and are helping us to build a better, faster, straightforward application. Hopefully with a nice UI from this point, and but again, UI can be changed, colors can be changed. What is more important is the best practice, logic, methodology, and again some encapsulated pieces of code that making life much easier. So this is what we have, just as we draw here on the screen, a set of features that handling synchronization, warning messages, charts and graphs, UI standards, application panel, multilingual, select window. We'll go into some of them in more detail, and we'll see what we mean there. So, my Prezi will react. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So let's talk about the UI and UX features. Really, the idea is to change or to give a better and nicer look and feel of an application to our end user, and to make it clean and fast. So you can see here that we have clean colors. We have buttons with the arrow pointing to the right, meaning that we have extra detailed information. We can see that when we selected the value, we can actually see the value, as you can see here, like the facelift, for instance, which is behind the button that we pressed. This is actually the option of what we call an opacity. Okay, so now in version 2.5 we have the option of putting a color with the alpha scale, and which will give it a level of opacity. This way things can be actually behind each other, and still have the effect of being seen with a different shade or different color. So for instance, if we look at the standard component, if I want to add another button beneath my customer button, I'm just going to the control panel, selecting with the right click my module from mobile standard, select window button, put it on the screen, receive it automatically with the right color, with the right style, with the right behavior, the right opacity and everything. And I only need to change a few things, which will be the text that I want to see on my button and the event that this button will raise once the user is pressing it. And this way, I'm getting a very nice, sleek, and consistent look and feel for my application. If we look at another thing, what we call the application panel, okay, where we looked at some kind of set of tile concept, which is more similar to Windows 8 concept, but at the end of the day, it's the tile concept. And we built a manage that can actually change the look and feel of the screen. And I'll show you in a minute in runtime how it looks already much nicer than it's that you can see here. But from the managing point of view, I can select number of buttons that I want to have on my screen. And now I selected 6, so I have 6 tiles. I can select any icon that I want. I can select any background color for this icon. Okay. I can actually run it in on my desktop and see it in a preview option, which will give me the layout of the screen. And this way I can see my my menu or my application panel before I run it on my mobile. Okay, and all of that is giving me a very nice behavior. And now we're going into a customer customization option, where a customer can select what tiles he wants to see on his screen, and if he wants to have a different background, the different colors, and stuff like that. Login component or login feature, which is giving us the option of controlling login, offline mode, single sign-on. And here as well, you can see another nice feature of version 2.5, which is the hint. So when I have the username and password, I can actually just put a hint what is expected to be there. And once I start typing, it's disappearing. So let's jump now to runtime mode and see some things in runtime. Okay. I'll just run my application from here, and I'll open the emulator. Okay, and you can see now that since I actually logged out from my application before, I'm being asked to log in. You can see that the buttons or the edit control has rounded edges. Again, a new feature that we have in 2.5. The hint, once I start typing, will disappear. Okay, and if I'll delete, it will come back. So I have this option. I have here you don't see it on the emulator, but the keyboard is also changing. Okay, so I can actually have the option of having my next button and my previous button. As you can see here, you see that when I'm parting on the first control, I'll have the text of next, and the second control, it will be changed into go. Okay, and pressing the go will actually do the logging process. So this is, again, another feature in 2.5 that you can control the keyboard style. You can have keyboard for URL, you can have keyboard for emails, of course, keyboard for numbers, and you can control the button, the text of the button of the next, go, join, whatever you want to have there. Now, this is the way my application looks right now. Okay, so I have this nice tile with this nice color. Okay, and I can go into my timesheet screen. I can select a customer which is being selected from, again, a lookup table. And this is what we did with the lookup changes. Remember login feature.
Like remember me, I don't think so.
It's automatically remember me.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm not doing log out, it will remember me. Okay, and I'll show it in a minute. Okay, so here when I select again from my customer and my project, okay, I can see my data, dive into my data. What you're seeing now, the screen animation, another feature of 2.5, Okay, when I'm pressing or changing information, okay, I can slide it, do save, and the screen is actually sliding to the right, sliding to the left, top, down, okay, everything. Another nice thing that we added here, and let's go back to the Prezi and see it there, okay. Oh, okay, so this is the select window that I just showed. And what is important for me to mention in the select window and what we try to achieve here, the first application that we developed, we put the options of selecting a customer and project as a typical developer. You know, you have the combo box for customer, you select the customer, and then you have a combo box for project. And then in the project, of course, you saw only the projects that are relevant for this customer. But the reaction of the audience wasn't that good. They said it's not a mobile application. And after some thinking, we realized that the issue of just putting the same concept on a small screen will not be good enough. So in this example, what we did is like an evolving process. I actually want to select a project, but in order to select a project, I need to select a customer. So when I press on the customer, the system knows that actually I need to do two steps. So it will show me the customers, and you see that in the customer screen, I have the arrow that's saying, okay, there is another step. If I press the select the customer, I will go to the project of this customer. In the project, if I'll do back, I will go back to my customer list, or if I'll select, I'll just go back to my original screen with the selected value of my customer and my project. So the idea is for the system to be actually very intuitive and very in a flow mode. Okay, nothing is going back, forward, just doing the steps, step, and you are done. And of course, you can have 10 level of steps, or you can come into a flow in the middle. You can come already with a customer, so you'll go directly to project and stuff like that. And about the chart, this is a nice combination that we took from a third-party tool, which is the AM chart, which is a free commercial tool, and we implemented the functionality of this chart into the mobile solution. So in the first step, you just go and you actually can design your chart on the web. Okay, so if I'll even look at the website, you can see here that I can play and design my chart however I want. I can say, okay, I want the radius actually to be bigger. I'll put here 55, and you can see that the radius inside of the hole will be bigger. Okay, I can decide that in numbers and formats. You see here when I stand here, I have the number, and it's two numbers, the decimal. So no, I don't want. I want 0 decimal. Okay, so now when I stand here, it will be 0 decimal. Once I'm finishing, I can take all this part, copy this part into my manage of the chart screen. Okay, and I just open the screen here, the management tool of the screen, go to pie number 2, which I know this is the pie that I'm working with. I'm copying the text into here, okay, and now my pie will look different. So if I look here at my pie before I change, okay, now it's generating the graph. You see that it's a very small area of the radius inside. But the next time that I'll go in, after I'll do sync from the server, you'll see that the graph will look different. Here you see another feature of 2.5, which is the tab control. So you see that I have the main screen, and I have the graph part. I have icons as well, okay, that I can put there. And I have also the slide option. You see, if I'll slide my mouse with, actually it's the same concept with the finger, I can slide from right to left, and I'm actually moving from tab to tab. Okay, so this is another nice feature of 2.5. Another nice capabilities that we have is the location service component. Magic Software Enterprise Inc. I think most of you are familiar with this address. Okay, I don't know if, by the way, it's the new office or the latest one or the old one.
But we have in the web.
What we have now is updated.
Is updated? Okay, so if I press on the Google map,
Live access to M charts.
no, we don't need live access to M chart. Only if you want to change. In runtime, it's fully offline. The chart is fully offline component. The only component that require online is this one because it's using Google services and you need to be connected to the web. So you can see here that we actually can take the address of Magic Ink, okay, and present it on the mobile. We can dive in. And we can take this little person as well and send him to Lina to ask for some coffee. Okay. Another nice thing that we have is the route. Okay. Now the route can work on a GPS location, but since the Genymotion doesn't have GPS capabilities, I decided to take an address that I am familiar with, and some of you are probably also familiar with, okay, which is somewhere in Dana Point, and I can actually see the route to the office, okay? And again, I can, let's see, it'll show me. Okay. Yeah, not this one, but similar. But anyway, this is all running on the mobile, as you see. We can also see here the option of the navigation group, okay, where I can go to. This is another feature in 2.5 when I can put icons and the navigation group. I can call to another feature that we have, and this is the audit component that is giving me information from my device. Okay, so I can audit everything that I have on the device, but I also can get other audit things that as a developer I can plug in the process. As I mentioned, remember my password. If I do exit now, okay, I will close the system. And what we can do is two things. First, maybe let's go and change the menu. Oh, I didn't show you this one. Okay, the menu itself also has manage part. Okay. Now, for now, what we're calling menu number 6, which is this one. And if I present it on the in the preview, okay, you can see it like this. Again, unfortunately, in desktop, we don't have the options of opacity, so you won't see the option of opacity. But now I want to take menu number 4 and work with this one. What is the question?
Oops.
Tanya will read the question for us.
Yes. These components from Mobile Accelerator are highly customizable, like colors, fonts, translated texts.
Yeah.
He's asking, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything, and now we are building another feature that actually the user can customize its own experience. He can change the colors, he can change the background, but let's now call menu number 4 instead of number 6, okay? And I'll just do a quick change here in the code, and you'll see that, where do we call the menu? Here. Okay, so here I'll call number 4. And now, when I run it again, okay. Now first you see that I don't need to log in. I have the please wait, and then immediately I'm stepping in because I didn't log out. I just did exit. If I would log out, I would need to log in again. But if I just exit, he remember my last logged in, and he would log in with the same credential and with the same user. Who asked the question and what was it on the way?
Manuel, they'll be provided only as ECF. or we will have access to its source project?
Who asked it?
Emmanuel, Federico.
Okay. No, the framework, the accelerator, it will be for ourselves, for Magic, and also for you guys in Brazil. You'll have the source and everything. As far as commercial-wise, how we're going to use it in with customers, with projects, we still need to think about the business structure there and the business approach. But the idea is now we're starting to set a team of developers, a representative for each branch that will be part of a joint team that will work on this mobile accelerator framework. And you'll all have the code, the sourcing. Not only that, you'll be connected to all of you will be connected to our TFS server and have the rights to change the code and work with us on the code. The idea is to have a project that we're doing together, and for each POC, you can use the code, and if there is requirement that we don't have there yet, you can actually, we'll develop it into the code. What you see now in front of yourself was actually the same system, just with a different menu, okay? So there is a different layout, same icons, by the way, but with a background this time and a level of opacity in the color, so you get a different experience. Now, if I go to the graph, let's say if my graph actually changed, okay. Slide. Okay, now it's supposed to have a bigger hole in the middle. Yep. Okay. So you see, and on the side of this chart, you have millions of properties. What we did is, like, at the end of the day, we don't care what you do here. You just copy the text from here, throw it into this Dropbox, and from this point, we are throwing whatever data we don't need and using the data that we do need.
Glenn, this is great. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Are you planning to support the new Android L, the new standard, the new OS of Android that were announced 2 weeks ago? Yeah, it supports all the. This is the whole thing about native, right? Supports all the operating systems.
This chart is pure HTML5.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the operating system as far as that. But as far as our product supporting
our product
this,
supports, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
this is the advantage of the native, right? So
yeah, again,
iOS 8 and Android L.
Okay.
Yeah. Material design standards. I know, because will it support the new GUI features of Android L?
Again, who? The Magic 2.5? What are we asking for?
You're asking for the platform or the it's only the platform. Framework sits on the platform. Different from Windows Metro, the framework.
Oh, okay. You're referring to this feature, to the menu here? Okay. This is just a layout that we played with. Okay. This, by the way, once we started to have this
complete new way of UI designing. That's what the US guys are talking about. Will we support it?
The feature here
the
feature here that you see, the beauty of it is that all the logic is encapsulated into one component, which is the application panel. Now, the layout of the application, we can play with it. I mean, we went for a tile because it just gave some orders, and I think in a way it was the easiest way. But if we decide tomorrow that we have some kind of a design that we want to have bubbles flying in the air, so we'll just play with the presentation layer. But all the logic of how to manage it, what is the event, how do we handle the events, having the text that you see here actually being able to change. Like, for instance, you have the option when you see the Twitter here, and as a developer you want to check how many tweets you have and to present the text with the number of tweets, you can do it as a developer. So the design and the concept of this widget component, I think will stay as it is. The presentation layer of this component, hey, we can play with it. We can tomorrow, if you want to put another layout here on the screen. It's at the end of the day, it's one program that's presenting the different dressing area, if you want to call it. Okay, so we can take it into an HTML5 screen that will do it dynamically. We can do it natively within Magic. Whatever we want to do that. This is fully encapsulated from the logic of the menu and the events.
Will be a public video. Yeah, they're working on it, available for general audience. Yeah, definitely. Actually, the team is working on a video to present the different components.
Yeah. Yeah, we are working on a few videos. It will be probably in the concept of one video to show the framework, the full accelerator, and a video per component. Again, mainly I think marketing-wise, it will not be technical. The technical, we have documentation that we are writing, and again, each branch will have representative in the committee or in the team. So you'll have the source, you'll have the knowledge, you'll have somebody from your team being on a weekly basis involved in the ongoing process of this platform. So you'll have the knowledge within yourself.
Will be great sales tool. Yeah, indeed. Videos are definitely a focus for sales tools. Yes.
Yeah. In the next week, we should first have it all on the external server for you guys to actually demo it and have it in runtime. But in the next 2 weeks, somebody in your branch will already have it on his computer with the source that he can actually present it just the way I presented from the studio. So for salespeople, you'll have a website that you can go and just present it in runtime. And for more technical people, you'll have also the option of showing the manage and showing the code a little bit if you want, and whatever you want to do with it.
Okay.
Okay. The last thing that we didn't implement, and I'll show it to you from the code example, is the two-state buttons that we have now. Where is the sample, reach internet samples. Okay, here you have technical examples that are already being with the compiled version, and oh, we don't hear it. We're having fun. Let me just run it.
No?
You can go if you want.
Okay.
Do the new .NET. No.
Not yet. Next release.
We'll have it internally for ourselves. Okay. You have it actually with the special flag. You can, if you want, internally for Yuval Asheri, get version 3 basically, which is the same with the Hybrid Studio, but it's really not in a state where you can play with it. It's still premature. Okay. Just a minute. just a little slash. Okay, this is another nice feature that we still didn't implement it in the framework. We need to find a nice place to put it, but it's a two-state button. So, for instance, a checkbox can look like a button with an image, and I can press have a click checked or unchecked, okay, with the image, or even radio control, okay, that can have different states and with the same image, or different states with different image, which unfortunately enough in this example they use the same image, but it's different images that you can have, and it's still one radio button that gives you different images. So this is another UI feature that was implemented in 2.5. Okay, so I think this way we cover a lot of the things of 2.5. There is still a set of technical features which are less relevant for the sales team, but we increased the easiness of using the native code and going to the native code of the tool.
Oh, you like it? Good. We're glad.
Yeah, we're trying to do our best to to please you guys.
Okay, maybe one comment regarding the framework. Actually, this is a start, right? So we have a lot of components, but we can produce many more and make it richer. So and I know there are some technical guys on the call as well. Thorsten is there and Michael. So if you go to POCs and using more, developing more components, what we want to do now, and Yuval will gather, whatever is done in the region, so we can, get the whole company benefit from it under the roof of the framework. So yeah, please share with us. We're going to try and have a joint effort here around the next mobile release.
We have contact person from the US?
No, Eyal, we're still waiting for a contact person that you'll select from your team for the mobile accelerator joint team.
Okay, any more questions? We will provide a contact person. Okay, Michael, thanks. 2 weeks from now. The movie we said 2 weeks from now, right?
No, the source will be...
The source, okay, sorry, yeah.
The movie will need to... We're still working on the script of the movie.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right. The official launch was done last night. So the public launch was done. Again, the website is totally updated. The release note is available on Chatter. So definitely you can feel free to update your customers. If you are in the middle of prospection with customers, you can share that. Again, the product will be available for download within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You'll get the recording also on Chatter. We recorded this session, and we had a similar session this morning with the European team, so feel free also to listen to that. There were some interesting questions there as well, so you can see all of that on the Chatter. Okay, Eyal, you want to say something? I'll free you. Freedom of speech. Very easy. Listen. What?
Unmuted. É isso, né? Não pode nem ter outro sugar. Beleza? Entendeu? Ah, eu entendi que agora você tem template de gráficos que vai puxar para dentro da aplicação, mas ela vai rápido.
Yeah. Eyal? Thought they were leaving. No, they can officially launch.
Okay. Eyal, did you want to say something?
Eyal? You can talk. Barcode, yeah, it's a good idea. Adding widget and barcode. We can hear you now.
Looks like he's offline.
He's
Thank you
offline
very much.
already? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, Eyal was saying it's
Very
not the
exciting.
official launch, but we don't want to confuse. Actually, we're launching the new features of Magic XPA 2.5 together with the framework.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an official product launch.
Yeah. And yeah, as far as barcode, what Michael said, we're actually next week or the week after, we're going to add the scanning component, which will be barcode, QR, maybe images, other things. We have it for POC in the UK. So as you mentioned, any POC requirement that you have, we'll try and accommodate and bring it into the platform. So we'll make it more robust.
Okay, I guess most of the people left. All right, guys, thank you very much.
Hey guys, enjoy your day.
Thank you. Bye.
And you're off for the weekend. Sorry.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
See ya. Have a good weekend.
Quiet, yeah, quiet.
Thank
Thank you.